there were many good stories done in the years leading up to the meltdown, but that nobody was really able to pull it together comprehensively in the way that we should have, and that a lot of things were missed.
What do they do when you ask what should be basic questions that nobody should have a problem answering? I'm not talking about revealing proprietary information. I'm talking about, I heard one guy, one big investment guru who was thinking, hedge fund guy, was thinking of putting his funds with Madoff, and he went and started, asking him about his model, and basically Madoff couldn't answer questions. After 30 minutes or an hour, he couldn't answer rather basic questions, and I got up and the guy said I'd be crazy to leave my money with him. The same thing with the journalist. You know, if they won't answer your questions after a while, or they're too busy, there's no reason for that. That's a rather major red flag. The best cases are brought by aggressive street agents, aggressive street FBI agents, aggressive reporters, and people who won't answer questions. That's a yellow flag and a red flag, and it needs to be kept up. And some of that work is apparently being done, can be done by bloggers as well.
Checking the facts. It's a question of checking what the person is saying. Anybody can get up here and make a great speech. Anybody can get up here and speak eloquently. I can speak eloquently that I feel sorry for my clients, and you know, I feel bad for my victims. But does that really do anything? Does that really change anything? It doesn't. The point is, you got to look beyond the words of what people are telling you. You got to judge people by their actions, not by their deeds.
If reporters had reported on these schemes while the undercover operation was going on, that would have obviously been difficult and potentially compromised the integrity of the undercover operation. Even though prosecutors are prohibited under Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 6E from disclosing to anybody, any third party, matters occurring before a grand jury, there's still a lot of public information that journalists can look at.
If you leak something, even totally protected, supposedly, that constitutes 6E grand jury material, that's a crime. The street agent's committed a crime. It's the end of his or her career, and they may get prosecuted, and it happens. There are leak investigations. One of the ironies is you're almost better off going higher up the chain on your story, like to the U.S. attorney, because that's a person, or who is more likely to have the clearance to off the record give you direction.
As Solomon said, good agents are out there working hard and trying to get the story. I mean, I think that, and I read the periodicals regularly, and actually have folks that do that for me, because actually, some of the things that you write about help us, to be quite frank with you, things that we maybe don't know about. But that's the best that I can say, in terms of, coming to us and saying, where should we go with it? And guys have actually asked me this. And so, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
We also, as criminal prosecutors, have a requirement to notify victims in all criminal financial crimes cases. And those notices to victims and information about the criminal cases are all posted on DOJ's website, U.S. Attorney's Office website, and a great example, obviously, is the Bernie Madoff case. If you go to the U.S. Attorney's Office website, there is a very detailed description for victims, and with links to all the public filings.
It's what you guys do for a living now. It's developing sources to talk to, because that's how people are going to continue their lifestyle, and that's why they're stealing stuff in the first place.
What are the kinds of patterns that you expect to look for as you put this software in, and as you look at all of the transactions that your customers are engaging in trying to identify suspicious activity? Part of the challenge that you have there is to ask the financial institutions, what is it about their customer base? Do they know their customers? And that goes to the heart of the anti-money laundering legislation. Right from the beginning of when you set up the customer's account, do you have an understanding of who these people are? How good is the documentation? are you able to corroborate that documentation? And how do you verify that this customer is who they say they are?